Back in 1796, smallpox was one of the deadliest diseases on Earth, killing hundreds of thousands of people every year and leaving many survivors scarred for life. No one knew how to stop it, until a scientist named Edward Jenner did something most people at the time thought was insane. He injected material from a cowpox sore into an 8-year-old boy. His idea? That this mild infection could protect the child from one of history's deadliest killers, smallpox. It worked, and that moment gave birth to one of the most powerful tools in medicine, the vaccine. But despite the many successes vaccines have brought to human civilization over the past decades, concerns about their safety still remain. So how exactly do vaccines work? Why do we need them? And are they truly as safe as we're told? Let's break it all down. To understand vaccines, we first need to understand how your body defends itself from disease. Germs are everywhere, in the air, on surfaces, even inside us. When a harmful pathogen, like a virus or bacterium, enters your body, your immune system kicks into action. Your skin, mucus, and tiny hair-like structures in your lungs are your first line of defense, physically blocking invaders from getting in. But when a pathogen makes it through, your immune system deploys a more sophisticated response. Special cells, called B cells and T cells, identify the threat and produce antibodies, proteins specifically designed to destroy that one pathogen. Here's the key part. Once your body wins that fight, it keeps a memory. Memory cells stick around long after the battle is over. So if that same pathogen ever invades again, your immune system recognizes it instantly and eliminates it before you even feel sick. Your immune system needs time to build that defense, time it doesn't always have. When you're exposed to a dangerous pathogen for the first time, your body can take days or even weeks to mount a full response. And for children or people with weak immune systems, that delay can be deadly. So scientists asked a crucial question. What if we could give the immune system a head start? What if we could train it before someone ever gets sick? That's exactly what vaccines do. Vaccines introduce your immune system to a pathogen, or a piece of it, without actually making you sick. Your immune system responds just like it would to a real infection, producing antibodies and memory cells. Then, if you ever encounter the real pathogen later, your body is already prepared. Scientists have developed several clever ways to achieve this. Inactivated vaccines use a killed version of the virus or bacterium. Live attenuated vaccines use a weakened, but still living, form of the pathogen. Subunit vaccines skip the whole pathogen entirely and only use specific parts of it, proteins or sugars that the immune system needs to recognize the threat. Most childhood vaccines work this way, protecting against diseases like whooping cough, tetanus, and meningitis. Viral vector vaccines, like the Ebola vaccine, use a harmless virus as a delivery vehicle to carry specific proteins from the dangerous pathogen into your body. And then there's the newest generation of vaccines, mRNA vaccines, which became globally known during the COVID-19 pandemic. Instead of using any part of the actual pathogen, mRNA vaccines deliver a tiny set of genetic instructions to your cells. Your cells read those instructions and temporarily produce a specific protein from the pathogen, an antigen. Your immune system then responds to that antigen, builds antibodies, and forms memory cells. The mRNA breaks down quickly and never enters the cell's nucleus. It doesn't interact with your DNA in any way. The technology has been in development for decades, and mRNA vaccines have safely protected hundreds of millions of people from severe COVID-19. So what's in a vaccine besides the antigen or genetic blueprint? Every ingredient is there for a specific reason, and all of them are rigorously tested for safety. Adjuvants, often tiny amounts of aluminum salts, help boost your immune response. The amount of aluminum is far less than what you naturally consume through food and water every single day. Stabilizers like sugars and proteins keep the vaccine effective during storage. Preservatives prevent contamination in multi-dose vials. Surfactants keep all ingredients evenly blended. And a diluent, usually sterile water, dilutes the vaccine to the right concentration before use. Now, if you've ever wondered whether vaccines cause autism, you aren't alone. It's a question that has circled the globe for decades. And as a parent, or simply a curious person, wanting an answer isn't just okay, it's responsible. But to understand the answer, we have to look at where the question actually started. This entire concern traces back to a single study published in 1998. It claimed a link between the MMR vaccine and autism. But here's what often gets left out of the headline. The study was a fraud. The lead researcher, Andrew Wakefield, manipulated the data and had undisclosed financial conflicts of interest. His co-authors withdrew their names, the journal retracted the paper, and Wakefield was stripped of his medical license. That study involved just 12 children. To put that into perspective, modern vaccine trials involve tens of thousands of participants before a single dose is ever given to the public. Since then, scientists haven't just sat back. They took the concern seriously. Independent studies involving millions of children across the United States, Denmark, Japan, and the UK have been conducted. The result? Not a single one found a link. Not one. Even after thimerosal was removed from childhood vaccines in the early 2000s, autism rates continued to rise, showing the two were never connected. The concern is understandable. Parents want the best for their children, and that instinct is exactly right. But on this question, the science isn't divided. It isn't a close call. It is one of the most thoroughly investigated questions in modern medicine, and the conclusion every single time has been the same. Vaccines do not cause autism. Vaccines have saved hundreds of millions of lives. From Jenner's first experiment to mRNA technology today, the science is clear, the safety is proven, and the choice to vaccinate is one of the most powerful things you can do to protect yourself, your children, and everyone around you. If this video helped you understand vaccines better, give it a like, share it with someone who needs to see it, and subscribe so you never miss a video like this one.